Sean O'Malley on his YouTube channel said that he's not happy with his current UFC contract. He said that he knows his worth and definitely deserves to be paid a lot more.
I mean, they don't need me. UFC would be 100% fine without me. If they want another huge giant star, I could fill that role for sure, but they don't need me. But don't treat me like that. Like, act like I'm not training or nothing. Go, you're hanging out with 6'9" 2 months. Like, I hung out with him once.
Yeah.
Well, 3 days, but and I'm hanging out.
That's weird. That's really weird.
Yeah, so it's like, cool, dude. Treat me like a piece of no, it's like, dude, I would rather not deal with him at all and just deal with Dana.
Yeah, which you probably will.
It's like, I know you're going to be asking for a lot of money. It's like, no.
I'm just pulled. Yeah.
I'm pulling numbers, dude. You can't deny that.
No.
It's like, why do they have a problem paying someone what they're worth? That shouldn't be an issue. That should be like, especially when I'm blowing up like that.
Yeah.
Those last 2 fights, 3rd round finishes, handing out brain damage.
Yeah, those are like, 2
dude,
sweet fights.
You should be like, hell yeah, I'm going to pay you a lot. You earned it.
Anderson Silva and Tito Ortiz have agreed to face each other in a 195-pound boxing match, which will take place on September 11th in Los Angeles. Sean Brady has been forced out of his fight with Kevin Lee due to a foot infection. Kevin Lee reacted and tweeted, "Brady is out August 28th. Who wants to step up and fight?" He followed up with, "Bully B170, you busy August 28th, brother?" He ended it off with, "Neil Magny, what are you doing at the end of this month?" Jacare Souza has announced his retirement from MMA. He last lost to Andre Muniz at UFC 262 and was released from the promotion. A 3-round heavyweight bout between Tom Aspinall vs Sergey Pavlovich has been targeted for UFC Con on September 4th. Tom Aspinall is coming off a submission win over Andrei Arlovsky, and Sergey Pavlovich is coming off a TKO win over Maurice Green.
We're at the store, and you got support. Yes! Thank you.
Thank you.
Matt Serra on the UFC Unfiltered Podcast gives his thoughts on Ciryl Gane's TKO victory over Derrick Lewis.
Yeah, but I think Derrick was still in there until he wasn't, where there was times he started doing that, oh, look, he's folding, and then he came back with a few. It didn't land. It didn't land on Ciryl. But that same kind of game plan landed in the past. You know what I mean? So it was Derrick until it was him on all fours just absorbing those punches. You're like, all right, now there's nothing to come back with. He's very bouncy.
Yeah.
He's like a middleweight the way he's with the, it doesn't look like how many heavyweights you see bounce around like that. So fluent, and then when it's time to turn it on, it's not like he can't sting either, man. Bang! He was landing accurate. It was, I mean, how can you not be impressed? There's one thing I noticed. There's one thing that really stood out to me after the fight, and it was I'm gonna paraphrase, and maybe they can look up the exact quote, the message that Francis sent to Ciryl Gane, and it was something along the lines of like, when you know, or something like that. They can look it up. I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah.
You know.
So what does everybody know on that? That made me like, all right, they got working together. So it's like, if me rolling with somebody and I know how it goes, hey man, you know how it goes. They now, is Francis calling a bluff on him? Is he saying, hey, what is going on here? What do you think? What happened in those sparring sessions? Kevin, what do you know about those sparring sessions?
What's going on, guys? Filling everyone in on what's going on with me. Had knee surgery 10 days ago. Had a rupture in my LCL. I had a medial and lateral bucket handle meniscus tear and a PCL tear that had to get surgery done the Thursday after my fight. Figured no waste any time. But right now I'm sitting in the garage doing a little bit of stem therapy on my quad so it doesn't disappear at all. Using my iMyo Pro. Knee's still pretty swollen. Had a good 10-inch incision on the side of my leg. Had to cut me open for that LCL attachment. A little bit of scope work done for the meniscus. But road to recovery. The good news is, though, the recovery is only 3 months, especially when you heal up like Wolverine. I'm doing all my recovery modalities. Been sitting in the hyperbaric chamber, go 4 or 5 days a week. Got my iMyo Pro, using that Tecker. Probably head down to Colombia here at the end of the month and get some stem cells injected into this bad boy. But staying lean, staying in shape. Appreciate all the support. Love you guys. I'll be back soon. It's strap season. Time to get that belt back.
Chad Mendes on Sirius Xm speaks on his recent signing with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship.
Bare Knuckle, man, they threw out some big numbers, and you know, I've always wanted to try boxing. There was actually a little bit of talk with De La Hoya, even just getting in there and doing some boxing with him. But here's the tricky part: is I'm still under UFC contract. Like, I still have fights on my contract, and so the UFC is basically allowing me to go make some money doing this bare knuckle, and you know, basically I still have a home with UFC if I ever wanted to come back. So obviously my contract at the time of signing it, which was 4 or 5 years ago or something like that, it's not a very good contract anymore. You know, at the time it was pretty good, but I would definitely need to re-talk and figure that sucker out. But for now, man, I'm just excited to get back in there and try something new. It's awesome to be able to focus on one discipline again, like I did in wrestling my whole life. You know, it's one thing. You know, I can focus on boxing, you know, obviously some strength conditioning and stuff like that too, but as far as the actual martial art discipline, it's awesome to get in there and just focus, you know, 2 workouts a day on striking. So it's been fun. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm really looking forward to getting in there and competing in a new sport. It's exciting, and we're finally going to make some money doing it. So can't complain too much. No, 100%. I was extremely shocked. I thought they were just going to say, screw you, like, not happening. But, you know, I've always had a good relationship with UFC. I felt like I always tried to go above and beyond, doing all the media and doing everything that, you know, led up to fights. And, you know, I always trained my ass off and went in there and just competed as hard as I possibly could. And so it is awesome to see them kind of recognize that and allow this to happen. Because, like I said, they technically could have just said, no, you're not. But, you know, like I said, it is a different sport. It's boxing. It's not MMA. I really, really doubt they would ever let me just go fight for another organization or MMA organization. But it is cool that they're allowing me to go make some money and compete, man. I'm excited to get in there and box and knock some heads off.
Comes to dance and his work ethic. That's the reason why he is October 1st, 2019 Chrome Pro champion, if I recall properly. 18, damn it, one of them. But anyway, this guy right here, like, I admire you. I look up to you and I appreciate it.
Just took my shower and I still sweat like I'm just finished training.
It's different now. It's not about the money. I've fought, I've made big checks. I have my family. It's about legacy. It's about how I perform, and we are cutting no corners, and we are transitioning to new heights, new levels, and we'll be fully prepared.